Peace and blessings, people. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. This is your boy, Asokar, bringing you flame like I always do. You already know. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. You be left in that loop every time your boy drop that content. Shout out to the black YouTube out there. That be Ticket TV, O'Shea Duke Jackson, Kwame Brown, the league attorney, Too Raw for TV, Too Raw for sports, J.R. Wisdom, Mr. Palmer. You already know, man, they bring it hard on the YouTube scenes, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. You already know, man, if you mess with your boy, you're going to have your ears to the streets. You're going to learn a little something. I'm not going to bring out any malarkey. I'm going to bring something educational. I'm going to bring something that's out hot, coming straight out the grease. You feel me? But once again, like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Well, you know, I've been on this little crime content tip. And, you know, it's, you got to really do your research, man, because the more research you do, the more you find out that there's some crazy individuals here on this planet we call Earth. Now, I know I cooked on the females, on the deadly women and all that, and plus they have some ways about themselves. We know that. We know that. But we're going to talk about the 7 most deadly serial killers ever known on this planet Earth. That's walking this earth. You know what I mean? So we're going to cook on that little element. And so just sit back, get your popcorn. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. And we're about to cook. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Right back at you. Right back at you. So let's continue to cook. Strictly speaking, a serial killer is someone who murders at least 2 people in separate events that occur at different times. While serial murder is not formalized by any legal code, the crime of serial killers has often been seized by the media and by the public consciousness, especially in cases where there are many victims of the murders and carried out in gruesome fashion. The following list explores some of the most notorious serial killers the world has ever known. Number 7. Jack the Ripper. We call him Jack the Ripper, but we don't really know who the person behind one of the most notorious murder sprees was. The killer appeared in London's Whitechapel district in 1888 and murdered 5 women, all prostitutes, and mutilated their corpse. Police surmised the killer was a surgeon, butcher, or someone skilled with a scalpel. The killer mocked the community and the police by sending letters outlining the acts. Although many suspects have been named over the years, the killer has never been identified. Jack the Ripper. Jack the Ripper. Well, number 6 got his own little series on Netflix. We already know who that be. That would be Jeffrey Dahmer. Started killing in 1978, just 18 years old, and wasn't arrested for murder until 1991. After we would-be victim escaped that led the police back to Dahmer's Milwaukee, Wisconsin home, it was there where some of the gruesome details of his killing were seen via photos and mutilated bodies and body parts strewn across the apartment. He even had a vat of acid he used to dispose of the victims. In all, Dahmer killed 17 people, mostly young men of color. He served time in prison twice. The first time molestation and the second time for murder. He was killed by a fellow inmate in 1994. Number 5, Harold Shipman. Harold Shipman, also known as Dr. Death, is believed to have killed at least 218 patients, although the total is quite likely closer to 250. This doctor practiced in London and between 1972 and 1998 worked in 2 different offices, killing all the while. He wasn't caught until a red flag was raised by several people, including an undertaker who was surprised by the sheer number of cremation certificates Shipment was a part of, along with the fact that most of the cases were elder women found to have died in bed, not at night, but rather during the day. Police mishandled the investigation, and Shipman kept killing until he got greedy and tried to concoct a will for a victim that named him beneficiary, which led the victim's daughter to become suspicious. He finally convicted in 2000 and committed suicide while in prison in 2004. They can kill, but they can't take the pressure, can they? Huh? That will make them so hard. What make them so hard, but they can't take it, boy. Ooh. Number 4, John Wayne Gacy, a construction worker known by his suburban neighborhoods as outgoing. John Wayne Gacy was involved in politics and even acted clown for birthday parties. He was no clown. Gracie came under suspicion in 1978 when a 15-year-old boy last seen with him went missing. That wasn't the only time families went missing. Boys had pointed fingers at Gracie, but it was the first time authorities took it seriously. Soon after, a search warrant granted police access to Gracie's home. With the smell of nearly 30 bodies buried in a 4-foot crawl space under his home, he was convicted of 33 counts of murder with additional counts of rape and torture and was executed by lethal injection in 1994. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Boy. Number 3, H.H. Holmes. Chicago had a share of killers, but perhaps none more haunting than H.H. Holmes, the pharmacist who turned a hotel into a torture castle ahead of its 1893 World's Fair. Holmes moved into Chicago and started outfitting a 3-story hotel with a manner of nefarious contraptions, including gas lines, secret passages and trapdoors, hallways to dead ends, chutes to the basement, soundproof padding, and torture devices strewn throughout a maze. The gas allowed Holmes to knock out his guests before the worst of what happened came next, often his surgical tables. Oh my goodness. He burned the bodies in the building furnace, selling skeletons to the medical schools, and running life insurance scams. And all he copped to more than 30 murders found only after a fellow scammer turned him in for falling short on a financial agreement before he was hanged in 1896. He was greedy back in the day. And let you know, people be trying to be greedy, man, and you see what happened to him. Do you see what happened to him? His homeboy turned his ass in. Number 2, Pedro Lopez, one of the world's most prolific serial killers, might still be out there. Pedro Lopez is linked in more than 300 murders in his native Colombia, in Ecuador, and Peru. At least 1/3 of his murders were tribal women. After Lopez arrested in 1980, police found the graves of more than 50 of his preteen victims. He was later convicted of murdering 110 girls in Ecuador and confessed to 240 more murders in Colombia and Peru. The monster of the Andes didn't even spend 20 years in prison, and he was released in 1998 for good behavior. More than 20 years since, his whereabouts remain unknown. What the fuck? Oh, okay. Number 1, Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy loved the attention of his murder garnered him, and many in the United States were more than happy to give him that attention. The West U.S. was his haunting ground, with an unknown number of murders piling up, mostly college-age women, from Washington and Oregon all the way to Utah and Colorado. Bundy once was arrested in Colorado and convicted for a kidnapping, but he escaped custody, moving to Florida where he killed it multiple times more. Bundy's final arrest and the aftermath captured the attention of the nation, as the accused murderer acted on his own lawyer during what we believe had been his first televised murder trial. Welcomed the interviews and boasted of the fans he created. He was eventually executed in an electric chair in 1989. Wow. Like I said, I cooked on them women. Darn, the men had their share so too, huh? They had their share so too, right? Crazy motherfuckers. 200 something y'all, and they got off for good behavior. I ain't never heard of shit like it. Have y'all? It's crazy. But it's your boy Moose. So do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace and the Bala Hagris, people.